Thank you for bearing with me whilst I had a week or so off from making videos. I had some other things on, but I'm really pleased now to be getting back out. It's the first bank holiday weekend of May. May Day today, 1st of May. It's been a weekend of celebration. On Saturday, my football team, Ipswich Town, got promoted to the Championship for the first time promoted anywhere in 23 years, with a glorious 6-0 victory over Exeter at Portman Road. Anyway, the following day was May Day Eve, and I stayed local in York, and we followed the Ebor Morris as they danced their way around the city walls, performing at every stop along the way, 28 in total, possibly more, and a few pub visits, which is why I have bags under my eyes. But today is officially the beginning of summer, and I'm really pleased to be out on a walk in the Vale of York, near Selby. So we're starting at Riccall. Visited the parish church first of all, dedicated to St Mary, closed as always, but we've come to expect that from Riccall. And now we've just reached the public footpath with the sign there, which will take us down to the River Ouse, and we're just going to have a really good May Day walk into Selby along the river path. Just as we're coming up to the Ouse, this landing lane here, which we've just walked down from Riccall, it comes out to this gate which says Danes landed here 1066. So we'd better go through and see where the Danes landed. Now, if May Day is anything at all, it is a celebration of the summer. We've emerged out of spring, and today, certainly, we have come into summer. Look at this sunshine. I've had to take my fleece off, which is unheard of. Although it is May, I suppose. It is May Day. So, yeah, I'm not complaining. It's gorgeous. The Ouse is looking brilliant around here. Of course, we're not unfamiliar with this part of the Vale of York around Selby, because a month ago I did the video walking to Hemmingborough along the Transpennine Trail. So I'll link that video below if you haven't seen it. But it's a little bit different out here today, a month on. Absolutely bloody gorgeous though. So let's mark the beginning of summer in my own way. I'm beating my way towards Selby, my own personal pilgrimage to mark the beginning of summer, and we'll just enjoy the sights. I can see lambs and sheep on the other side of the Ouse. Anyway, let's just enjoy ourselves. This is one of those days where you've got to be really careful with your map reading, because the York Selby OS map has not been updated for nearly a decade or so. And you remember I encountered this problem when I did my walk to Poppleton and Overton a couple of weeks ago. So some of these housing estates are not on the map, but we can still find the old paths and we can keep on track. So as we're walking south from Riccall through Barlby along the bank of the River Ouse, there isn't much really to point out. We've just come past Barlby Bend in the Ouse, and we're going to be coming up on some of the industrial buildings just before we enter Selby town itself. Barlby reminds me, with its high water sort of bank and the boundary wall here, which stops the village flooding when the Ouse inevitably floods. It reminds me of when we went to Hemmingborough, which I've already mentioned, but I'll link that below. And particularly about how the old course of the River Ouse can still be followed by a public footpath, and how it was actually diverted. There was a new course of the river plot and the river diverted, so that was interesting. But yeah, we're going through Barlby and we're coming into Selby soon. Now, those of you interested in industrial archaeology architecture and old factories and things like that. This part of Selby will be quite interesting. It's a mixed landscape. Very edgelands, as I said in my other video. But yeah, look at that, fantastic. I mean, that's a bit of old machinery there. Some sort of crane. And then here there is this great concrete platform, a sort of landing dock for boats on the River Ouse. Undoubtedly related in some way to the industry, which is situated on the outskirts of the town. So we're nearly there, but like I say, a bit of a concrete ruinous jungle to navigate first. I suspect when we get home and go on the computer there will be an old map which will show exactly what those landing docks were, so we can have a look at that when we go. Oh, here we are, right out into the factory land, and the Abbey church up in the distance. So there ends today's walk. It's been quite a short one, but a good one. At least it didn't rain. The weather held out, which is good. We're here at Selby Abbey. There's a great craft fair inside and the market in the town square. Some conservation going on here. But yeah, Selby Abbey is open 10 till 4 daily, so I can definitely recommend you come down. And thanks for joining me on this quick walk, and I hope you enjoy your summer, and we'll go out soon for another walk.